when it comes to this also, comparative politics is some theory, as well as most importantly international relations theory part is present here, right? I'll take up these components. I'll try to make you the concepts very clear, because once the concepts are very clear here, with your knowledge of current affairs, with your analytical skills of current affairs, it is going to make you to reach 300 plus with very easily. So let us not stress the subject as such, try to understand it very clearly, and then with the conceptual clarity, we are going to have the application of this in the dynamic part. As a result, we'll get more than 300 marks in this paper. Very easy to score again. The only thing is we should know from where we should start. We should know where to apply this theory, and then we should know how to use the theory in the current affairs and how you have to use current affairs in the theory. So it will be bi-directional usage. See, whenever there is some theory, you will bring some current affairs and you will be using that current affairs in theory part also. And whenever you are writing current affairs questions, you will be using the theory to substantiate your current affairs. It will be a bi-directional linkage. So this is one advantage which many people won't understand in PSIR, but rather they start reading PSIR in a plain language. So the thing is, it should be bi-directional. That is the reason why I say, if you are very good in analytical skills of the dynamic concepts which are going on in the country, obviously you can relate it with the theory. How we can relate? What I am saying, let's try to understand this. Say for example, uh, you are studying about the so-called idealism versus realism. These are theories. No, we have to understand in theory what is idealism, what is realism, who are the thinkers who has propounded idealism, what are the various dimensions that idealism contains, what are the various dimensions that realism contains. This is theory. Now, how you have to use dynamic concepts in this theory is, whenever you are writing about idealism, you will be mentioning about a scholar or about a political thinker that idealism is this as per this scholar, and try to bring the current affairs, saying that if you look at the present day's world, the idealism component is more or less vanished way back in 19 after the collapse of NAM or after the disintegration of Soviet Union. With the end of the Cold War, idealism also has stopped, because even one block, that is NAM, has stopped. But realism is the day. Today you have realism which is circulating across the globe. For example, you can write now the war that is going to happen among the nations, either that is for the sake of geography, or either it is the sake of resources, or either this is the sake of political power. All these are concepts of realism. So you have to bring those examples and you have to link it with the theory component. So what do I mean to say? If you want to get that more than 300, you should have theory conceptual knowledge. On the other side, you should have dynamic concepts, dynamic part of the syllabus very clearly, and you should be able to correlate them together. With minimum knowledge, this is how you can get maximum output in political science. Always you have to substantiate your answers, right? This is first thing, how to get 300. Again, I repeat, how to get 300. One, first thing is, you should have syllabus papers with you. You should have previous papers with you. Syllabus reorientation in the direction that we have discussed in our earlier classes. Second one is uh, previous year questions. You have to bring the you, after reorienting the syllabus, you have to bring the questions at one place, all the themes questions at one place, and try to analyze the questions. That I'll also be showing you how to analyze that, because my way of teaching will be in that direction, so that it will be very clear on what we are discussing. Third component is conceptual clarity. Fourth component is analyzing these concepts and linking these concepts with the dynamic component. Hence, in order to enhance for PSIR, one thing is important, that is analytical skills. For that, in order to enhance that analytical skills, I will be giving you some work every day, saying that okay, this is the thing that you have to read. You read it regularly. On the other hand, I will be doing the theory, and then after, whenever I come with the theory, I'll take this conceptual clarity that you are reading, or the dynamic component that you are reading, and I link it with the theory. I'll show you how to link it with this. So if you are doing this systematic way of preparation, it is going to help you to score more than 300. Very easy to score. Again, the only thing is you have to write 20 questions, all the 20 questions in paper 1 and all the questions in paper 2. You will have very little amount of time to write this, but if you are practicing that very well, I think this is not going to be a difficult task. This is how we can get more than 300 marks in UPSC. Right? I hope it is clear so far what you have to do, what I will be doing from now on. So tomorrow we'll start with actually the concept, but I am going to show you some more thing. Is it clear so far what I said? And then maintain a separate paper or separate small book, small running notes type of thing, which will be a short notebook where you'll be writing about terms of the subject, where you'll be writing about thinkers separately, because I said thinkers names is very difficult to remember. You should have a separate book for that. You try and incorporate the terms in the separate book. You incorporate separate terminology. Then you more often you try to remember them or you try to revise them. Terms, thinkers, constitutional articles, no need to prepare separately. Already you have this book. So constitutional articles is not going to be the problem. But when it comes to India's relationship with other countries, there should be some dynamic data such as bilateral trade. What is the trade between India, USA? What in terms of value, in terms of volume? So for that also you try and maintain a small, easy reference so that whenever there is time, you can go through this terms, thinkers, bilateral data. Then it will be helping you to revise the things very easily. The rest of the things is you can just extract the data from here and write it on. So just maintain one small notebook which is of 100 pages. Then it is going to really help you in that direction also. So this is one more thing that I wanted to say. Right? So what I am going to start is paper 1, political theory part, section A. Before going into this, I wanted to show you what are the questions that are being asked in this political theory. So how I am going to discuss this, I'll start with political theory, first topic in paper 1. Then I will enter into thinkers. And then that is Western political thinkers. Whenever I am discussing about Western political thinkers, we can link it with ideologies also, because ideologies evolved from the so-called political thinkers itself. The third one is, after this, we'll be discussing Indian political thinkers. Once this is done, this is the major component to prepare. Once this is done, the rest of the topics won't take much time. That is called the concepts. Concepts such as democracy, rights, power, right, etc. These things I'll be discussing in political theory. This is how I am going to take the topic in paper 1. Meanwhile, you start doing at constitutional articles. Try to remember tomorrow from article 1 to article 11 of Indian Constitution. So article 1 to article 11, try to remember this. This is your work for tomorrow. So this contains part 1 of Constitution and part 2 of Constitution. Part 1 of Constitution is India and its Union. Part 2 is citizenship, right? Part 1 is from 1 to 4, from 5 to 11 you have this. So try to remember them, article 1 to article 11. This is your work for tomorrow, and this is what I am going to start with. Now, I hope you understood what is your work for tomorrow. Now, this is the thing that I am going to start. Political theory, the first chapter in paper 1, and then I will be going to 10th chapter, then I will be moving to 9th, 8th. Once this is done, the rest of the story will don't take much time, right? This is the thing where I wanted to start. Now, Apart from that, as you know, you might be reading the Hindu. This is indispensable part of your preparation. So don't leave this. Hindu, you have to read it at any cost. Now, what I'm going to say is, I wanted to show you how I'll be teaching you every subject. In my lecture, everything, always, whenever I take a subject, what I'll do is, I'll try to make you to understand the syllabus clearly in that component. And then I'll take previous year questions from 2014 to 2021, and I'll try to bring them, reorient the syllabus. Whenever I take a particular topic, I'll bring that questions to this place, and then what we will do is we will analyze previous year questions first. This is the first step in any preparation. Once this is done, I'll start the classes. This will be in PPT mode, PowerPoint mode. After the class also, I'll be sharing that PPT in the group. And then after the completion of the topic, I'll be giving you the what to write the answers. Answer writing should be a parallel component along after each and every topic. I'll tell you the framework. I'll ask you to write and I will evaluate it. I'll tell you the framework. Ask you to write, and I'll also tell you what are the various answers that we have to write for a particular question. Right, this is going to be the way in which I am going to teach. One is syllabus for every topic, then previous year questions under that topic, and then how to extract the components or material from previous year questions. That is one thing. Then I will conduct the class. In the class, I will be telling that it in the PPT mode. That is, I will prepare some PowerPoints, and then I tell you that. And then once that is done, I'll ask you to write the questions, and you have to write it and you have to show it to me. Right? You have to write and you have to show it to me. And then once you write it, after writing, I'll be discussing about what is the way to write a better answer for each and every question. That is the thing. And remember, whenever you are writing, convert it into PDF format and send it to me. Okay, send by converting it into PDF format. That is the thing that is required. And write with margins. Always maintain margins, and leave some extra space after every topic, after every answer. Give me some white space so that I'll write my comments from my end. So this is what you have to do over a period of time. Right? I hope it is clear for you people. Now, let me take previous year questions of this subject, optional, political science and international relations. I am going to start with paper 1, as already I have said you. So look at this. This is 2021 paper. By this point of time, I hope you do remember certain aspects of syllabus. What is the various components of syllabus, right? So let's quickly go through this. Look at this. Those who are freshers, how the syllabus will be framed or what you have to write in optional. In optional, there will be 8 questions divided into 2 sections, printed both in Hindi and English. So there will be 2 sections, section A, section B. Just like paper 1 contains section A, section B, here also the entire paper will be section A and section B. Section A discusses with the syllabus of section A, section B discusses with the syllabus of section B. Section A means here also the same way, that is called paper 1 section A. This is the thing what they mean to say. Now, similarly, section B means paper 1 section B. This is paper 1, optional paper 1. Hence, you have 2 sections in optional paper 1. Here also what they will discuss is, in this section 1, section A is entirely about section A component of the syllabus, section B is entirely about section B component of paper 1. So this is how they frame the syllabus, or this is how they give the questions. Try to understand that first. And then there will be 8 questions that they will be asking you to write. Overall, there will be 8 questions, and in that 8, you have to write 5 questions. Out of 8, you have to choose and write 5 questions. Now, what is UPSC other thing? Candidate has to answer 5 questions out of the 8 questions, and they say that The first question in every section is compulsory. Question 1 and question 5 are compulsory, which means you have to write them at any cost. So out of 8, you will be writing 5. In that 5, question number 1, question number 5 are compulsory. The rest of the 3 questions, you have to choose at least one question from one section. The number of marks carried by each question. See, question number 1 and 5 are compulsory, and out of the remaining 3 are to be attempted, choosing at least one question from each section. Right? Are you understanding? What does this mean? If you are writing one question, first question, look at this. Section A, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. In that, section 5, section B, you have 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 questions in section A, 4 questions in section B. First question here is compulsory. The rest of the questions, 6 questions, you have to write 3 questions. 3 questions you should not choose entirely from one section. You have to choose that 3 either from this section 1 and this section 2, or this section 2 and this section 1. So that should be the combination. So what they are clearly saying, you have to attempt at least 2 questions from each section. That is the minimum thing again that you have. Try to understand that many people doesn't know while they are writing optional, they don't know this unless and until they are preparing for mains, but don't have this dilemma. Next, the number of marks carried by each question is written against it. Answers must be written in the English medium or the medium you are authorized in the admission certificate. One limit in the questions wherever specified should be adhered to. One limit is very important. Attempt of questions shall be counted in sequential order. Out of 8 questions, you are required to answer 5, and if you are writing 6, only first 5 will be considered in the sequential order, unless struck off. Attempt of a question shall be counted even if attempted partly. Any page or portion of the page left blank in the question come answer booklet must be clearly struck off. This is the instructions that they are giving. So what is the clear instruction? There will be 2 sections in every paper. You have to choose. There will be 8 questions together. 5 questions you have to write. In that 5, first question in each section is very, very compulsory, and the rest of the 3 should be chosen at least one from each section, which means 1 here, 2 there, or 2 here, 1 there. Right? This is the thing. Now look at this. First question and fifth question is compulsory. We have to write 5 questions. That doesn't mean there will be only 5 questions. There will be total 19 questions in this 5. Look at this. First 5. First question and fifth question is compulsory. In the first question, you have 5 subcomponents A, B, C, D, E, which will be each carries 10 marks. As a result, first question is for 50 marks. In that 50 marks, there are 5 questions A, B, C, D, E. You have to write all these questions. You have to attempt all these 5. Similarly, in section B, answer the following about 150 words. Again, there will be 5 questions. Fifth question is again 5 questions, where you will be asked to write. Fifth question is compulsory. So all these 5 becomes compulsory now. A, B, C, D, E. You have to write all this. So 5 here, 5 there, 10 are very compulsory. Don't think that you have to attempt only 5. Again, by this point of time, there are 10 questions, right? The rest of the questions you have to answer at least one from each section. Look at second question. There are 3 questions. Again, this is of 20, 15 and 15. 15 to the 30 plus 20, 50 marks again. So second question is also of 50 marks, where there are 3 questions in it. If you are choosing this question, you have to write all the 3, all the 50 marks. If you don't choose 2, you have to choose 3. Again, look at this, 20, 15, 15, which means again, third question is of 50 marks. Once you choose 3, you have to write all the 3, A, B, C. If you are not willing to write 2 and 3, definitely you have to write 4, because they are clearly saying you do not have the choice of writing 3 questions only from section B. No, you have to choose one section. Out of the remaining, you have to choose one question from this. So if you are not choosing 2 and 3, definitely you have to choose 4. Again, fourth question is of 50 marks, where you will be having 3 questions. You have to write all these 3. Understood? So the game is very clear. Though they are asking you to write only 5 questions, that doesn't mean that there will be only 5 questions. There will be 50 mark questions. The first and fourth question, fifth question is of 5 questions each. So 10 questions there. The rest of the things is 3 questions in each. So 3 here, and the rest of the 3 becomes 9, right? 19 questions. in total. This is how the syllabus is framed. So you clearly understand this. There is 20 marker, there is 15 marker, there is 15 marker, and there is 10 marker. So the paper is composed of 10, 15, 20 marks. Compare it with mains paper, other GS papers. In GS, unlike optional, you have only two questions, that is 10 marker and 15 marker. That's it. 10 marker, 10 15 marker components are present. As a result, 250 will be there. But here you have 10 marker, you have 15 marker and 20 marker. This is the thing that you have to understand. What do I mean by this? Whenever there is 20 mark, for every 5 marks there will be one extra white sheet that will be given in the answer that you have to fill up. This is how the syllabus is framed, and this is how the question paper will be asked. Total 5, 1 and 4 compulsory. The rest of the 3, choosing one from each. That doesn't mean that there will be only 5 questions. In total, there will be 19 questions, which will be a combination of 10 marker, 50 marker, and 20 marker. This is the thing that I have to say. Now, after saying this section A is entirely about section A of paper 1. This is very clearly understood. Now, what we have to do is, we have to take the previous year questions like this. This is 2021 paper. From 2021 until 2014, we have to take at one go, and we have to look at the components. If I am dealing political theory, the first component of the subject tomorrow, then what I will do is, I will make you to go through this paper and then fix or pick up that questions which are asked from political theory. Look at this first question. Feminist critique of the state. This is theories of state. Affirmative action. This is about reservations. Equality. This is about topic of equality. Tools of legitimation of the tool. This is called power. J.S. Mill. This is about Western political thought. Rawls. Western political thought. Examine the importance of behavior approaching political theory. Look at this. Political theory question. So this is the first component of the syllabus. Examine the 2B is the first component. Examine the importance of behavioral approach in political theory, what led to its decline. So what I said, I am going to take one topic called political theory. In that, what we have to do is, we have to take this question and write this question under the so-called political theory subject. Examine the importance of behavioral approach in political theory, what led to its decline. So there is one question which was asked for under one topic. This is for 15 marks. Can there be universal conception of human rights? This is about rights concept. This is the reason you should know your syllabus in brain. That is the reason why I asked you at least to remember or analyze the syllabus in the way in which I said, so that the moment you see the question, you will be able to link that question. Okay, this is related to this particular component of the syllabus. Explain the Aristotle view of politics. This is about Aristotle. When a nation becomes, this is about Indian political thinkers, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. And then political ideology is primarily concerned with the allocation and utilization of power. This is about ideologies. Buddhist tradition, Indian political thought. Marx, concept of alienation is about Karl Marx. Free and fair distribution is key to foundation of democracy. Democracy concept is there. So if you do understand the syllabus, 11 chapters, 10 chapters are there in section A, paper 1. So more or less the questions will be framed in that direction itself. So you have one question in chapter 1, unit 1 of paper 1 in 2021. What is that? This is the one. What is this? Examine the importance of behavioral approach in political theory. So they are giving one question that is called importance of behavioral approach in political theory, what led to its decline. Right? This is the topic that they have given. 2021 paper. Right? Now similarly, you have to go, this is 2021 paper, this is UPSC website, you have to go for 2020. You have to go for 2020 paper. Let's take this paper which is available, 2018 paper is available here. I'll share these papers to you people in the group. Political Science and International Relations, paper 1. This is 2018 paper. Look at this, again the same pattern of syllabus, right? John Stuart Mill, Decline of Political Theory. Look at this. Just now we have seen behavioral approach of political theory and what led to its decline. Similar question for 10 marker, what led to the decline of political theory in 2018. Right, this is one component that they have asked. Distribution of justice, substantial democracy, nothing against the state, nothing over the state, Mussolini, critically examine neoliberal theory of state, analyze George Rawls theory, equality, what do you understand by human rights, critically examine Macpherson's view of democracy, explain the relationship between power, authority and legitimacy, John Locke is the father of liberalism, discuss Ambedkar's ideology and annihilation of caste, critically examine Machiavelli's concept of religion and politics. The thing is, again, this is how you have to take previous year questions. Are you understanding what I am going to do? I am going to take these previous year questions and I am going to pick up the questions that are asked under a particular topic. Once you bring out the particular topic questions at one stage, you'll understand what is the limitations of that syllabus or of that topic from UPSC perspective. Then we can focus on a better understanding. So what I'll do is, tomorrow I'm not going to open all these question papers. I will be segregating them together before the class itself and I will be presenting you before that, and then I will be trying to analyze that previous year questions and then I'll enter into the topic. This is what the procedure is. For every topic I will be doing the same way, but why I have taken this here is, this is how I am going to do it. But tomorrow I am not going to take all these 10 questions and I am not going to make you to go through each and every one. That is taking time. So what I will do, this is how I am going to do. From my end, I'll go through this 2014 to 2022 papers, 2021 paper. I will take that question, I will prepare it in the PPT mode, I'll be ready and I will show you in 2020 what is the question, 2018 what is the question, 17 what is the question, and then I'll try to get you an idea about how the questions are being framed, right? Then we can enter into the syllabus. This is how I am going to discuss for tomorrow, or this is how I am going to discuss entire political science subject. Right, guys? This is the thing that I wanted to say you today. So what I discussed today, how to get maximum marks 300 plus, linking with the so-called theory as well as component. Second one is, second component of this here is how to get more than 300. There is some work which I will be telling you to do. You have to do that regularly. So it will be a combination of our classwork as well as your homework, right? Third component, how I am going to discuss the subject. I will be taking previous year questions. First, I will be orienting the syllabus, subject questions related to that, understanding the previous year questions that they have asked, so that you'll understand what is the dimensions of the syllabus, and then we'll enter into the topic, we'll complete the topic, and then I'll be asking you to write the questions that is given here first. That is what the work is. If you do like this for 3 years continuous, 3 months continuously, you are going to get a very good mark. And what you will do is, you also apply for IGNO, right? IGNO has opened July edition. So what you do is, open for, go and register for MPS, Masters in Political Science in IGNO, right? Uh, Today itself or tomorrow, you have until July 31st, apply for IGNO. Don't worry about I have Telangana group 1 or I have not prepared for the optional as such. Apply it because the exam is going to be in the next year, July, right? So by next year, June, more obviously we would have completed all the syllabus components. So it is going to help you. So apply for IGNO from your end. So this is the thing that I wanted to say today. Tomorrow I'm going to start at 5:30, right? I'll be joining you very soon with module wise classes of mains now, right? For half an hour I'll take that class, right? You can join there. Thanks for joining here. Tomorrow we'll meet. So I'll be sharing the previous year questions. You take the xerox of the previous year questions in syllabus and then you have it ready, right? Thanks for joining. If there is any question, you can ask me, otherwise I'll wind it up here. Any questions? Chanakya, Rohita, Rukmini, Sahitya. Clear. Very good. Right then, I'll wind it up. Thanks for joining. Have a good day. See you. Okay.